everyone. Welcome to Mindful Message number 3. This kind of goes along with the other one I did, what people forget to pack on trips. This one is a little bit like that, but different. This one is things to have on a road trip. So specifically, I can speak today. Oh my God, I'm so tired. It's hot. I got this, guys. In a car ride, what do you need? What should you have? What are the staples of every good road trip? It's not going to work for everybody, but there's at least something on this list. You're going to be like, dang, well, you're right. We do need that. All right, so first of all, this is just my personal family thing, but red licorice, Twizzlers specifically, or the cherry pull-and peels are always on my family car ride. It's easy, it's fat-free. Who doesn't like red licorice? You know, most people do. Kids like the pull and peel. It gives them something to do. They can sit there and pull it. But that was something we always did. My mom always had red Twizzlers, and I talked to people in my life. It's not exactly red Twizzlers, but there is usually a staple food that a family brings. Like when I was with my dad, it's Oreos. Anytime we went camping or went on a trip, my dad always got double stuffed Oreos for us kids and him. And they liked milk. I didn't really like milk. I just liked the cookies. But, you know, that was our thing. And red Twizzlers had to be on my mom's trip. So if you're starting a new tradition with your kids, pick out some cute foods, because trust me when I tell you, they're going to remember that. I do. I remember every trip based on those Oreo moments and those Twizzler moments. And, you know, little things do matter in life. Water, juice boxes, and sodas, and a cooler. I always recommend this. You know how you usually, when you go on a road trip, you pull in the gas station, you get your gas, everybody gets your drinks and snacks for the road. But I suggest putting one of them little coolers in. Get a little bag of ice, have some drinks and snacks in there. You know, my family, we were kind of poor, so my mom always had peanut butter and jelly and bread and you know, other things that we could make on the side of the road to eat. A lot of my family, we make sub sandwiches. Everybody picks out my mom will buy a couple different lunch meats like turkey, bologna, ham, and we would make our sandwiches in advance. It saves money on the road, and it saves you if you're like stuck in traffic, you don't really want to stop, you want to keep going, or if God forbid you have to stop somewhere for the night, you always have food for yourself and your family, and it really is helpful on a budget. First aid kit, bug spray, candles, or sunscreen. So I'm assuming most people are driving to a location, but you could be on a road trip with an RV. At any point, if you're going to stop and it's going to be dusk or night, make sure you have that bug spray. You're going to be thankful for it. If you're out and about and you're in a desert, driving through a hot area, God forbid your car, you know, breaks down, having that ice in the cooler also gives you something cold to drink if you need it. That sunscreen will help your skin. First aid kits, you know, if something happens on the road, it's not like you can just find a hospital or whatever. Basic necessities like bandages, first aid cream, peroxide. You can buy little tiny kits for like $5, and it works in a pinch. It's not going to take up a bunch of room. Spare like motor oil, washer fluid, coolant. Keeping these under with your spare tire would be vital, because you never know what can happen in hot weather or driving long periods, and trying to find a place when you need it, especially if something happens to you at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I would always put some flares or a flashlight as well. If you can get one of them safety vests. I know at the Dollar Tree you can get cones, anything to help mark off that you are pulled over, so people don't just drive by and hit you. Funnel for girls, alright, this was my trick that I learned from my grandpa when we were younger on the road. There wasn't always places to stop, so they would buy those dollar funnels that you would put, you know, use to put oil in your car, And when you're a little kid or a woman with not much experience, you just go squat and you use that funnel to channel your pee in a straight line so you don't pee on your shoes or your pants. Having those in the back of your car, and just bring some bottled water and like a Ziploc bag and put everybody's name on the Ziploc bag and rinse it out with the water. When you're done, put it back in the Ziploc bag in case you need to do it again. That really helps with little kids, like I said, and for people who aren't good at squatting. I'm not always the greatest at it, especially if I'm drinking. Trivia games, you can buy cute little games to play with your kids. Like one parent is driving, one of the parents could read off trivia questions. There's really cool games on your phone to play in the car just before your road trip. Cruise on the apps and see if there's like a fun family trivia game or road trip inspired games that you could play to occupy your time. Magazines, books, drawing stuff. This is all going to keep the kiddos or the passengers occupied. I would, if you're a smoker, throw an extra lighter in your car. Nothing sucks worse than when you're, there on the highway, you want to smoke and you can't because you forgot your lighter. A glass breaker, you can buy these and put them on your keychain. If you're ever in your car and you need to break a window to get out, you can use that very easily without hurting yourself or anyone else. They're like under $5, and like I said, it's a keychain. Just throw it right on there. A mini grill, charcoal, propane, and stuff to cook on it. If you are camping or if you're planning to save some money and sleep in your car, put these in your car to help you save. Or if you're not camping and you're driving across country, eating fast food every day is going to add up. So give yourself some options for cooking the longer you're traveling. Folding chairs to sit on while outside if you plan to spend any time outside your vehicle. And I'm not talking rest stops, like if you're planning to sleep in your car. Maybe it's hot and you don't want to sit in your car yet, you're not ready for bed. You can pop that chair out of your trunk and sit in it. Or if you find a beach somewhere, you can pull over and grab your chairs and go have a nice time on the beach in the middle of your road trip. Spare diapers or personal kid supplies. Formula, bottles, binkies. Make sure you have extras, baby wipes, wet wipes, all of that is helpful if you have kids. I bring baby wipes for me, if you're ever in a situation where a shower isn't available or you're sweating a little and you want to cool off, baby wipes do the trick. Clorox wipes, tissues, paper towel, or wet wipes to clean up any messes in the car. Make a playlist for movies or music ahead of time. That way you don't have to really think about it while you're trying to drive and do other things. Did I forget anything else? Flashlight and batteries, I already said that. Don't forget a paper map. What if you're on the road and there's no cell service, your GPS goes out, you can't Google anything? I always recommend, you can still buy them at Barnes & Noble or online on Amazon, the old road trip books. If you are driving a long way or a long distance, don't count on technology. Just have it in the back of your car somewhere. So if that situation happens, you can pull out your map and find where you need to go, because you never know what could happen. There's a lot of zones in most countries, like deep in the country or wherever you're driving through, that might not have great satellite service. Or you can you can Google Map, and it literally writes out every single step by step. You can write it out on paper if you don't want to buy a paper map. That way, if you do lose your directions, you can just be like, okay, this is where I am, this is where I need to go, I wrote it down. Have a backup plan is the best advice. Blankets and pillows for sleeping in the car are always a must, even if it's summer. At night, it can get chilly. Especially if you're going to save a little money and sleep in your car, or maybe you're driving too much and you need to take a nap, or maybe your butt hurts from sitting in the car, you can sit on your pillow. Extra shoes as well. I can't tell you how many times my feet got wet on a road trip, and it was really shitty to not have another dry pair of shoes. I kind of keep the sneaker sandal rule. hopefully this was helpful. Have a great time. See you next time. Bye.